probably the first thing that I remember about my dad uh, was he used to pick me up and carry me on his shoulders and up and downstairs, and uh, he was a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. Mom was loved to dance. My dad loved to dance. I have a feeling they met at Linkwas Grill or someplace where they had music, and that's how they got together. Faulkner's a real laid-back town, blue-collar town, mostly shop workers. It's a nice area. Faulkner is a good place to raise a family. There's not a lot going on because Dad and I lived alone for quite a few years after my maternal mother, Millie, left. My dad made $12 a week, and that stuck with me forever. The fact that he was raising a family on $12 a week, and I remember going outside and he had an old Model A Ford and they were repossessing the tires off of it because he couldn't pay for them. I can remember my dad playing outside on the porch in the summertime and singing and all the old country western stuff. He was a Hank Williams fan. You wouldn't even know who Hank Williams is, but he was a Hank Williams fan and he sang all of that stuff. Tom was my dad's adopted son. When he married my mom, he adopted Tom. My sister, Nancy, and I were the only family members at the time. I was either between 10 or 11 when he was drafted. I'm guessing like 1943, so that would make me 11. He had lumbago. That was somehow, I think, was brought on by basic training. He ended up in the hospital for some time during basic. He was not an extremely healthy guy, but if you go back in the records, you'll find out that there was a lot of men drafted at that point in time because when they were going to invade France, they knew they were going to lose thousands of men. And these men had to come from somewhere. I mean, it was unusual for a man he was 29, I think, when he was drafted, 30, I think, when he died. But he had a wife and 2 kids. That was not the norm. But there were a lot of guys that had families that were drafted. It's just the fact that when you're at that particular situation, you need bodies. And that's what they got, was bodies.
Here. There you go. What do you got packed in this Jeep?
Just what I need. And you are?
Corporal James Holton. You can call me Jimmy.
Private Ed Roberts.
So, you got rock in your boot or something?
Nah. Condition of the nerves. Had it since forever.
Oh.
Used to be just my right eye, but since we shipped out, it's been getting worse.
Well, I've just been reassigned to E Company. Is that you guys?
Last I checked.
So where are you from?
Jamestown, New York.
Huh, no kidding. Know a guy who lives there. Thinks the world of that little town.
Yeah, it's a great place for my kids to grow up.
Wait, you got kids?
Yeah, 2 boys and a girl.
Huh. I'm married. Got no kids though. Get down. Machine gun this guy's pinned down. We're gonna have to take it out if we want to get out of here. You got a grenade? So keep your head down. Keep your head down. All right. I'm gonna need you to get to them from the left flank. And I'll give you covering fire. All right? You ready?
Ready.
Go!
What are you looking at?
Nothing. Just need some sleep.
Well, wait. Jimmy, you said you were on leave. Where from? I know you're not telling me everything.
You want to know what happened? All you need to know is that you never, ever linger in the past. Because if you do, you either end up in the mental ward of a hospital or you get your friend killed. Understand? Give me a cigarette.
You know, if we ever need to talk about anything, I'm a good listener.
We received a telegram. Western Union office was only a block away from where we lived, and it was delivered to our apartment, which was on the third floor of an apartment building. And I remember the young man coming with it and knocking on the door, and I remember us my mother answering, and it sort of was a shock to everybody. However, there was a little bit of relief when we found out the telegram was informing us that he had been wounded and that he was in a hospital. So it wasn't as sad a situation as it could have been or was going to be. But I do remember that, yes.
Hey, Sergeant, where are we going?
Yeah, Private Roberts is right. I haven't told you fellas where we're headed. Orders are specific. Advance ahead of the friendlies on the right flank and meet up with the 92nd near the town of Brest. Some kind of U-boat installment we're supposed to take out. All right, hold up here a minute. Who's got the map?
We started here. We've been walking about 2 hours in the northwest direction. So we should be about here.
So Brest should be in that direction.
Looks like we're close, maybe about a mile out.
So why do you think we haven't encountered any enemy patrols? Forward defensive lines.
It's only a matter of time.
Take your binoculars up there and give us an idea of what's ahead of us.
Sir.
Private, you can put down that 30 cal. We're not going anywhere just yet.
Did you get the boys down for bed?
I did. Wow. Mel just kept going on and on about the ball game today.
Yeah, he had a good time.
What's this?
Oh, it came in the mail today.
Oh. Selective service.
Didn't want you to get all worked up.
Now what are we gonna do?
All this means is that I gotta go down to the recruiter's office and get looked at.
There are plenty of younger, healthier men that can do this. And you're not healthy. The boys and I need you.
Just take a deep breath. This isn't a done deal.
I'll take a deep breath when I see the rejection papers.
We're all gonna be fine.
I should check on Tom.
We're all gonna be fine.
Just as I thought. A welcoming committee. Sergeant, you're gonna want to take a look at this. Enemy patrol, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I see them. They're headed this way.
Do we engage?
Got no choice. They'll be on top of us in a few minutes. Private Roberts, that's your sweetheart?
Wife,
I didn't know you were married.
got 2 boys and a girl.
You'll see him again. In the meantime, we're moving into action, so check your equipment.
Wait, what?
Private,
Yes, Sergeant.
see a big tree up there? Get that 30 in position there.
Yes, Sergeant. Sergeant, right now?
There's a crowd patrol heading this way. They'll be here in a couple minutes.
Sarge says the Germans are coming.
Yeah, well, he's right. There's about a half dozen of them, but I don't think they know we're here. This is just like basic. I can tell you these guys don't mess around. So stick with me. Remember your training. Keep your head down. And you'll be fine. I'm gonna be right here the whole time, okay?
Hallo! Hallo!
Ja, wat is dat?
Die Begegnung en is Blies van liegend Krachten. Festgenagtigt. Antworten! Befragung auf 3, Brennens 3.
Target angefangen. Ja.
Come on, I need you to stay with me, alright? Stay awake. Come on. Come on, keep breathing. Keep breathing. Come on, Ed, don't go. Don't go on me. Don't go on me.
Medic! 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 Come on, medic! Medic!
It was, I don't know, a week, 10 days after that, that the same individual came upstairs to the door. And of course, there was some apprehension. I know I didn't feel it anywhere near as much as my grandparents and my mother. But you didn't know whether he was getting better or what that news was going to be. Of course, I can remember the young man with Western Union did not look happy. And of course, when he opened up the telegram, well, it was the fact that Dad had died of his wounds. So that was a very emotional, a sad time. I didn't realize really how emotional or how sad. I wasn't really old enough at that point to get the impact of what had just happened. VE Day, VJ Day, it was kind of subdued. It was not a big celebration. We didn't join in the big parties, and we could see down out of our apartment into the main street in Faulkner, the main four corners. There was a lot of jubilee and which there should have been, but it was not that way with our family. It was just the fact that, hell, thank God it's over. It wasn't neither one of them were happy days for us. Let's see, when I was 12, I joined the Boy Scouts. The thing I think I would probably have to say that I would have missed the most about my dad after the war was the fact that he liked to play baseball. I'm sure he would have done that with me. He loved to dance, yeah. And he loved to have a good time. He played the guitar, he sang. I think about 1947 or 48, the Army notified us that if we wanted to, they would exhume the body and send him home, which we did. And he's buried in Faulkner in Pine Hill Cemetery. So if you go into Faulkner and you go up at the cemetery, you'll see all of the names of most of the guys that were killed in the war from Faulkner. Quite a few of them. Yeah, we had a pretty good time after the war on memories, and the big thing I think that Dad left both Tom and I, my brother, the fact that we were able to go to college. We were given so much money every month as long as we were in school, and that, along with the fact that I could play some basketball, helped me go to college. And my brother Tom went to a junior college, and so there were some positives, if you want to call them positives. It's just a matter of losing your father enabling you to do something because of that loss.